Congratulations to you for clicking on this video. Today we are going to make one of these beautiful delicious bread, and that is pineapple ginger bread. A combination of pineapple peels and ginger as water. That is the ginger and pineapple juice is what we are going to use. First thing first, let us wash everything, the pineapple, the ginger, everything that we are going to use. Hygiene is very, very important. And today we are going to make one of the healthiest bread you can ever think of. So we are going to chop our pineapple or slice it into pieces. Now, if you are producing large quantity, you don't have to eat the flesh and use the peels. You have to use everything. But for me, I'm going to use only the peels because I'm baking just small quantity. So I enjoyed all the pineapple flesh and then decide to use the peels because it will still give me the needed result. Now we are going to grate in this ginger, enough quantity of ginger to boost that flavor and spiciness in our bread. Is going to be wow. At this point, click on that like button and drop your comment. Share this video with your friends. Now we are going to boil it for at least 30 minutes on a medium heat, 30 minutes. And after 30 minutes, we are going to filter it very nice. You can see how beautiful the juice is. Very nice and ready. So we will filter it and allow it to cool, so that the hotness of the juice will not destroy our yeast. So we are going to allow it to cool before use. In another bowl, we are going to use about 600 grams of flour, 2 eggs. We are cracking in 2 beautiful healthy eggs. This will increase, the nutritional value and the deliciousness of the bread. 2 eggs are good to go, and then we add at least 12 grams of yeast, and then 8 grams of salt, 40 grams of butter, and then we mix thoroughly. You are going to mix it through. Make sure you take your time to mix everything together, because if you do not mix it well at this point, your dough will not be smooth. And I intentionally want to demonstrate it to show you so that you learn how to mix thoroughly. So what I'm going to do today will not be smooth. Now, if you also want your dough to be smooth when you are using your hand kneading, always melt your butter before use. Now, so we are going to use the pineapple juice at this point. You can see you drop it bit by bit so that it will enable you to knead easily. So at this point, if you pour the water or the juice anyhow, you are going to have a watery dough. So for you to prevent that, now, if you're also formulating recipe and you don't know the quantity of water to use, this method is going to save you. Just add it bit by bit, feel the texture. If it is too strong, you add. If it is too soft, you add a little portion of flour. Now, I forgot my sugar, so I'm going to add 5 tablespoons of sugar. Now, if you are baking and you forget any of the dry ingredients, this is how to introduce it at any point. This is how you have to use your water. For me, I'm using the juice that I've already prepared, and then you stir it and add to the dough. After adding, add some portion of dry flour, and you are good to go. Everything will be well incorporated. The rest will be done during kneading. So I'm adding my sugar in this form. 5 tablespoons of sugar is added, and then I'm going to knead and add some dry flour to enable me knead it smoothly and get the consistency that I desire. Is going to be wow. My children are all around me waiting for the end result because they know something new is cooking. So at this point, please don't forget to subscribe. I'm really appealing to you. Don't forget to subscribe, support my journey, because it's not easy. And in this channel, you're going to learn a lot of recipes. So we're going to allow it to rest. Now you can see that the dough is not all that smooth. One of the reasons is that the butter was not melted. That is one of the reasons. But when we allow it to rest for at least 20 minutes, is going to improve the smoothness. So after 20 minutes, you can see that it has kicked. So at this point, you don't have to knead it much. You just pet the dough, cut and mold. So we are going to mold it, cut it into 12 portions. 12 portions will do the job because my pan is not all that big. So I'm going to use 12 portions for this recipe. Please tell me where you are watching from on the comment section, and I will appreciate it very well. I will appreciate to know where you are watching from. I'm really glad you are watching my video. Now, I'm always happy to teach you all the time new recipes. Now, we're going to cover and allow it to rise. I tell you, it's very nice. So we cover it well so that it will create the needed atmosphere for the yeast to act. Now, at this point, you can see that it has doubled in size. So we are going to egg wash to have that golden, beautiful color after baking. We are going to egg wash. You can actually allow it to kick more. Now, if you look at the dough, you observe that it's not as smooth as desired. So we are going to bake for at least 45 minutes at 190 degrees centigrade, and you can see the result is already beautiful. Wow, this is what we are talking about. And I tell you, my children are already around me, ready to, and even the neighbors' children are here ready to test, because the aroma informed them to come around. Something is happening. Something is happening. So I decided to share the bread to the children in the neighborhood, my children and all my friends. The more I share, the more people, I see before me. They come in their number. They are ready. The aroma invited all of them, and they are ready. You can see this one is so excited and ready to eat. So I shared it. The joy, and everyone was happy. You can see more persons strolling out, climbing up quickly. They are climbing up. They are all climbing up, coming for this delicious bread. Try it at home and thank me later. So I gave this woman, the woman behind the two children, I gave her this one, and she said it's too small, that I should give it to her child. I tell you, I was surprised that she need a very big one, as an adult. I was happy, so I just gave her a big loaf, and she was, happy. Thank you for watching. Thank you for making these people around me happy. See you in our next video. Bye bye.